There's a new book that gets tough on obesity and people who are overweight, and the author guarantees that a little tough love goes a long way towards weight loss and lasting physical fitness. The book, Die Fat or Get Tough, and joining me to discuss this hard knock attitude for hard bodies is author Steve Siebold. Love the title of the book. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining us. I think this issue will be around. It's been around since the time before time, and it will be around for many years to come. And your stance is what?
That mental toughness is really the answer.
Yeah.
We're being fed all these marketing gimmicks and all these weight loss gimmicks, and mental toughness is the answer, I believe, to the obesity epidemic in general. We've got to grow up and get tough and lose the weight.
Right, and not find a gazillion and one excuses. And you don't think coddling people, getting to the inner emotional layers that may, sort of get to the core of why people struggle to lose weight. You say be tough.
Well, we've been doing that for years, in America especially. I mean, I just did a media tour in Europe, and it's the same thing there. It's not as big a problem, but it's still a huge problem. So enabling people by coddling them is not working. We are losing the obesity epidemic in a big way.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's working. I think mental toughness is the answer, and we've got to embrace it.
I already detect the drill sergeantness in your Interesting, you say the differences between fat and fit. Okay. Fat people eat for pleasure, fit people eat for health. I'm sort of fit, but I still
You're very fit.
well, listen, I still eat for pleasure, though. So explain that for us.
Well, I think it's a different kind of pleasure. The people we interviewed over the 5 years of interviews we did all over the world, actually, found that when they eat the salmon instead of the cheeseburger, and the pleasure they get is not the same as fat people get. The pleasure is people are coming up to them, probably like they come up to you every day and say, wow, you look fantastic. You look great. What do you do? How much do you exercise? I'm sure you hear that all the time, and most fit people do. That's the pleasure they derive from the foods they eat. It's a different kind of pleasure.
And you say fat people believe diets don't work, but fit people believe that people don't work. The difference between people and diets.
Yes, we found this to be the most pervasive thing in this whole equation of weight loss. We're bombarded with this, of course, here in America every day. Diets don't work, diets don't work. This is a billion-dollar industry that companies are making a fortune off of telling people it's not your fault, you're fat, it's not your fault, it's cortisol, it's something else, and diets don't work, use our pill, potion, or powder. And what we're saying is diets work perfectly. They're like budgets. If you stick to them, they work.
Right.
End of story.
Yeah.
It's a very linear process.
They're like budgets. People are waiting to be rescued to be fit, which is very interesting because I've have friends who have, for better or worse, tried 1,000,001 diets, and they say to me, well, what do? Is it stress? Are you exercising like a maniac? Is there a rescue? Well,
think about it. They're doing brain surgery now to help people lose weight. Brain surgery because people don't have the mental toughness, or they don't use their mental toughness. They have the mental toughness. They're just not using it. They're doing brain surgery now. They're doing bariatric surgery. They're putting lap bands in people's bodies, foreign objects, which we don't really know the long-term results of these things, just because people aren't utilizing their mental toughness. I mean, this is a really big deal. When you go to the point of brain surgery, something's not right.
My favorite is when people say, well, I'm not losing weight. Well, maybe you're not exercising. Maybe you've curbed what you're putting in your mouth, but at the end of the day, good old-fashioned exercise has to help.
No question. I really think, and I'm not a diet expert or an exercise expert, but from our research, diet is the more important component. But exercise is key for overall great health, as you know.
Right.
So I think it's mental toughness to stick to your diet, mental toughness to stick to your exercise program, and it will work every single time, no matter what emotional issues you might have, no matter what you have. It's a linear process. There's no mystique to this, but there's billions of dollars in creating mystique for the masses that we're all sold by these companies that are trying to profit from it. I don't blame them. It's capitalism.
Sure.
But it's not helping solve the obesity epidemic.
How will the person that reads your book be able to translate what's on the page, that mental toughness that you try to instill on the page? How do they instill it in themselves by virtue of just, reading the book?
Just by habit. I mean, consciousness is contagious. Consciousness is thinking is a habit. And I think once they discover the differences in thinking between fat people and fit people, they start to change the way they think just by habit. That's really all it is. And they start to, again, the salmon instead of the cheeseburger. Put the French fries aside, have something more. Have a salad, right. Go work out instead of watching television. These little things really make a huge difference. That's what we found what fit people do.
And I love that it's not fat versus skinny. It's fat versus fit. And only you really know what fit is. Fit
Absolutely.
could be size 8, fit could be size 6.
Right, exactly.
Fit could be size 0.
Absolutely.
Last thing, fat people eat emotionally, fit people eat strategically.
Right. Fit people we interviewed all over the world said, you know, I eat this because here's the result I get. When I eat this, I feel more energy, more vitality, more confidence. And the fat people just said, well, I just like cheeseburgers and I just like pizza and I eat it because it tastes good.
Yeah.
Completely different way of thinking and, of course, a completely different result.
Of course. Steve, tell us about the giveaway on your website.
Well, on our website, diefatbook.com, you can get 5 chapters. You can download them for free and see if this book is for you. That's what I would recommend. It is very tough. It's hard-hitting. It's mental toughness.
I have to tell you, just talking to you, I'm going to hear your voice as I'm reading these chapters. Thank you so much for imparting your wisdom. And for more health information that's good to know, be sure to log on to the health page at abcnews.com.
ABC News Now, good to know.